Yo, what's going on? You're tuning into a Mario Ramon review, and today we're going to review The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's season 13, episode 3. The name of the show is called 10-10-2020, and we're going to get right into it. Before we get into the review, if you like the review, definitely like my review, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. Okay, I would love to, discuss the show with you and everything. And if there's something that I forgot in the review, definitely I would want you to, comment so we can talk about it. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Happy Sunday to you. And the reason I started out with Sister, you've been on my mind, because let's go straight to Cynthia and Mal, her sister Mal. Cynthia just needed a little support for her wedding, and she was excited, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious that Cynthia's seen the wedding venue, and she wanted to show Mike, her future husband, and her sister. And those are the two key people you want to be happy for you, and your mom, of course, but mom wasn't there. And so Cynthia was just like, it's this big, huge place, and we can do social distancing. That reception hall looked a little small, Cynthia, for 250 people. There was no social distancing up in there, honey. It was a COVID party, looks like. And so I kind of understood what both people were saying. I understood what Mike was saying when he said, listen, if we don't have this venue, it's okay. I just want you. I need you. I want to be married to you. I love you. And Cynthia's like, bullshit. I love you, but we gonna have this wedding, honey. It is not my fault we have this pandemic. We came up with this date, and we gonna go through it. We doing it. And the thing is, you know, like I said, I see both of their points. But you know how ladies are. I don't mean any harm when I say this, but you know how ladies are about their wedding, about their wedding dress. And, there's a term called bridezilla. And I don't think that Cynthia had turned into a bridezilla, but I think they were heading in that direction because they kept pushing her about it. She wasn't there mentally. We have the cameras, so I'm trying to show off. We're in a pandemic now. God, I barely have a fucking storyline behind this mask. We're in a pandemic, so let me show you, the venue. Bravo didn't ask me if I wanted a spinoff show like I Dream of Nene or, all the other wedding shows. Candy had a wedding show. All the girls were getting wedding shows. Why didn't Cynthia get a wedding show? Cynthia, you should have worked that back door and, had them pay for this shit. But, I'm trying to show off for the cameras. And then y'all keep talking about, and then Mal, and you can tell that Mal, her sister, and Mike had even talked before. By the way, Mal brought it up. First of all, Mel was like, if we can have this right at Lake Bailey, Cynthia. Ain't that right, Mike? Like, we talked about this shit before. Get in there. And this is my thing now. That's not why I asked for your advice. I didn't even ask. I just wanted you to come and see the venue. If I knew you was going to throw me under a motherfucking bus, you would have stayed your ass right at home. My thing is this. Where's Mel's man at? She always showing up, tearing up marriage license and shit. Where is your man? She always got advice. That's like Oprah trying to tell somebody how to raise kids. Now, you can tell me how to make money, but bitch, you cannot tell me how to raise no motherfucking kids. Mel is always trying to tell Cynthia what she think is best for her. Where is your man? And you tried this shit last time with my marriage license and shit. I ain't got time for this. You need to be on my side. I am so glad that Cynthia did not bring Kenya. You know how she says Kenya is her friend. Kenya is everything but her friend. Honey, let me tell you something. If I had did my best friend the way Kenya did Cynthia when she was like giving her the pop quiz on the wines, she was like, you own a wine cellar. You don't know these wines and these cheap wines. And she's just sitting back there looking at Cynthia drown in the ocean. Friends don't do that to each other. That's some shady shit. If you're my friend, bitch, I don't want an enemy. And Kenya is getting exactly what she deserves by being friends with LaToya. I already told you LaToya was a mean girl in the last interview. I felt that she was a mean girl. And Lord and behold, her first scene, she's talking about Drew's hair looking like a pet, a dead pet. Here we go. And I think Latoya's pretty, but you know, they're pretty mean girls. Her and Kenya, they deserve each other. And the same thing, Kenya's trying to parade Latoya around in front of us the same way she did her husband. And you watch. Kenya loves to hang around people that's just like her, and she's going to get exactly what she deserves when Toya turns on her. And trust you me, Toya is going to turn on her, honey. Latoya is going to turn on her like a senile pit bull attacking its owner. And poor Kenya, she's just caught in a crossfire because she really opens up her evil heart to this evil people that she's around, like her husband and Toya. And when they turn on her, honey. And they're gonna get her one day when she's filming, and she's not gonna know what the fuck hit her. But that's exactly what she does to everybody else. So that's exactly what she deserves. Let's talk about Tanya time. Tanya has no real part in the show. We don't even need to see her as a friend anymore. You know, she they never gave her a peach. Her and Marlo, they've been, you know, trying to get a peach since 1985. Um, and there's no need to see Tanya anymore. It's not exciting. It's not. I used to want to see Tanya, but we have moved on. Not saying that Drew was a great fit or anything. I just feel that Drew is a baby for the show. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of Drew, she and her husband, oh my God, they're starting out. And they're just starting out fighting. And it's kind of like when you're watching an adult porn movie and they just start out going straight into it, and you're like, well, who is that? And who is that? Like, can you give me some storyline here? Who are you? Who the hell are you? Why am I, do I even care about this? Just, I mean, shit, give me can I have a fried green tomato before supper, honey? Can I get an appetizer, bitch? All I know, and the cameraman, he will not stay off of Drew's husband's booty. Every time he's just filming, he's right there. You can count on him, the cameraman. But I will say, forget Drew's husband's ass, honey. We got Candy to worry about. We got Kenya, and we have Cynthia to worry about. Candy, Cynthia, that must be at least 250 pounds worth of ass alone. If you pop their ass up and you set it on the weight thing, that's at least 250 pounds worth of ass. Almost a piece. So I don't want to even hear it. Drew and her husband, they're just going through a lot of challenges, you know. Part of it, I think, Drew, send your mom home. I'm all for the mommy love. And no, we don't want mom to be at home alone with COVID, but she got some friends she can hang around at this point. She's old enough to have had some friends, unless she ain't got no home to go to. And if she ain't got no home to go to, put her ass in an apartment close to y'all's house if she has got to babysit. And y'all, because if y'all go buy that big ass house, I'd stay in a small house where you are rent, and have your mother in an apartment where she could babysit, and y'all, you know, you could spend that money that you would spend on the big house and get your mother a small, you know, an apartment. But she got to get out y'all mix. She got to get out your mix, period. She's sitting there giving her opinion. When he said, I now pronounce you man and wife, we didn't say, I now pronounce you man and wife and mother-in-law. Get that shit out your house, honey. Trust you me. That's the first thing the counselor is going to tell you. You have the counselor. They're going to go see the counselor. Drew and her husband are going to go see the counselor. The first thing the counselor is going to say is, get your mama out the house. Because they up there challenging each other. And that never needs to happen. And his mother doesn't need to be in the house. And you challenging her either. We don't need the mommies in the house, honey. And or if you are in the house, go to your room and shut the fuck up. Go to your room and shut the fuck up. You can give your advice later when we go to Target and we going to get some toiletries and shit and be like, well, you know, I heard y'all in there arguing. Okay, mom, but I really don't need your advice. That's my husband. We good. That's how you run that. Because you don't want him to think that it's a team, you guys against him. That's what the fuck you don't want. I'm trying to tell you, honey. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Right. Portia, I am proud of you. I am so proud of you. And Portia is just such a pretty girl. She's really just such a pretty young lady. And I just like her. She's very likable. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did her things, but haven't we all said some stupid shit? It just wasn't, on camera, and some was. If it was me, I said some shit that was wrong that was on camera. So I want to be held accountable for some shit that I said that was wrong, and that's like that's you make that's who I am because I said one thing wrong. She said the one thing about the Underground Railroad. Yes, it was a big one. That was a fucking big one. Saying who your father is, your grandfather, Hosea Williams is your grandfather. He was on Selma and all this business. You don't know what the Underground Railroad is, okay? I never seen it. That's kind of like Blue Ivy not knowing what a recording studio is. Okay. So listen, and you have given us better. You have definitely done more. You know what I'm saying? She's marched. She went to Kentucky. She went to jail 2 times. Portia's about that life. You know what I'm saying? Portia has 250 pounds worth of ass as well. Because when she had that clear sarong on, that see-through sarong, I had never. I was like, wow. Portia's starting to look just like her mom. Her mother is, what I'm saying is her mother is fine. You know what I'm saying? Her mother is like a Tina Knowles. The older, the better. And Portia is starting to look like her mom. At first, when she first started, she was looking like Portia, but she's getting older and she's starting to look like her mom. And I think Portia and her sister look a lot alike as well. So yeah, we were fighting Selma 1965, and in 2020, we are still fighting this shit. It's unfucking believable. It is so unfucking believable. What I think we should do here in America is like, you remember when everybody joined together and we had to fuck up Germany when they was, doing the Holocaust and shit? The world needs to get together and I don't know, send some help in here for the black folk. For real. Like, get some order up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Get some order up in this motherfucker. Like at least stop killing motherfuckers. Just killing bitches. If they don't give a fuck if it's daytime or if it's on film or if it's not on film, motherfucker. We killing people. And it's this fucking administration. Because there's no way in the world you could tell me that the president shouldn't have done something about George Foreman. I mean, George Forbes. I'm sorry, George. I'm thinking about the George Foreman grill, but George. So you can't tell me that. So it's just I blame the administration and for so much hate being in 2020 and we're still battling this shit from 1965 to 2020. It's unbelievable. You do the math. Shit, half of us watching the show, nobody on the cast, maybe some people on the cast were born in 65. Was Cynthia born at 65? I don't know. I don't know, but that was a long ass time ago. And if it was, that was a long ass time ago. And my point is, we're still fighting for the same things today. George Floyd. That's what I'm saying. George Floyd. I was just trying to think. All right, guys. Well, listen, I don't want to stretch this out. I think we've talked about everything. The one thing I wanted to say is, I can understand being in shape. Candy had her trainer come over to her house, and they didn't have on face masks. Neither of the trainers, and then the trainer going to wear the face mask once they leave. I'm like, that's the wrong time to wear it. But I I know people like, well, they just had a COVID test, but shit could have changed. You know what I'm saying? Shit could have changed. I don't know. I'm a little different. Just for me, keep your ass over there. I don't want anybody near me anymore. It's just really weird, except my baby. And I know we're quarantining in a specific way, and that's why I fuck with him. Because if he wasn't responsible, I would have been said, like, look, this is my life. Listen, we got to get 2 separate places, baby. And it probably would have been over. Like, let's keep it real. But I'm glad I have him. We're quarantining. We don't play that shit. Ain't no trainer coming over here without no face mask. Ain't no chef coming over here without no face mask and all that shit. And Cynthia and them, they pissed me off when they were looking at the venue and they had all these face shields. And then Mike Hill had his face shield and he was looking up, so all the corona was going up in the nose, honey. And then he was breathing it all out and shit. I'm like, just wear a face mask. What the fuck is this little shield shit that does nothing? It irritates me. I want to kick people in the ass when I'm at the store, when I'm personally at the store. If I'm at a Costco and the person standing next to me with that fake ass mask on and it's still breathing in and all around me and all that shit, I want to get a running start like a football player, get a running start and just kick you in the ass, real just almost enough to break my ankle. Like I want to fuck myself up in this process. That's how hard I want to kick the shit out you. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Hold on, make sure I didn't forget anything. Mm, but yeah, they have these fake ass masks on. And I just think, Cynthia, it was kind of irresponsible to have 250 people in the middle of a pandemic. We got the motherfucking bird flu, and you like, so the plane is crashing. So we about to do this. Fuck about no plane crashing, bitch. So I would say our plane is crashing. We're in a world pandemic. It's not, just Georgia or United States. It's the fucking world. But no, we're going to have 250 people at this motherfucking wedding. We're going to be super spreaders, spread this motherfucking COVID to each other and go on about our life. Poor Cynthia, she just can never shine. Now that Nene's off the show, she still can't shine, honey. They got the pandemic. She wanted to show us how to do a wedding this time. You know what I'm saying? She knew her other wedding. She almost wore black at her other wedding. It was smoke gray. But she knew that shit was gonna be like not gonna last. Who wears smoke gray at their wedding? And a smoky eye. She was like, fuck that. This shit ain't gonna last, honey. We're gonna do it for the vine. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm looking to make sure I have everything, but she couldn't shine at her wedding because we have the pandemic, but she still did it, but bravo, they didn't bring the cameras. And I think they didn't do the cameras at Cynthia's wedding because it probably would have been a huge liability to co-sign as a TV network 250 people, and then maybe if something happened to the people, they didn't want to be liable and all of these things. So that's in my opinion why. Because why wouldn't they film Cynthia's wedding? Why wouldn't they film her wedding? All right, guys. Well, I think we pretty much covered everything. We pretty much covered everything. I know next week, I see Kenya and Cynthia are gonna get into it. Which, like I've told you, Cynthia, Kenya is not your true friend. And keep Mel out your business too. I know that's your sister and shit, but like for me, I would side eye my brother if he knew the cameras were on and he didn't have my back. I'd be like, motherfucker, did nobody know you before we press record? So quit trying to be a castmate. Shit, just shake your head. Whatever the fuck I say, shake your head. Yes. Do you eat shit sandwiches with cheese? Yeah, just shake your head. Yes, whatever the fuck I say. This is my show. Shit, this Batman and Robin. It didn't say Robin and Batman, motherfucker. You are a side character. Don't forget it. Hey, and I know people think, well, then it wouldn't be real. I don't give a shit if it would be real or not. Shake your head, yes, on whatever the fuck I'm saying. This is my show. Don't make me look bad, because then if you do and I get pissed off at y'all motherfuckers, I'm going to walk away. And then you're going to be like, well, don't walk away from me. Well, don't piss me off on camera. But I don't want to say that Cynthia's wedding, her marriage is going to be bad. But if y'all arguing, you're arguing when it's supposed to be a great occasion. You're arguing at the wedding venue. Drew and Ralph were arguing in front of the new house. Where they doing that at? That's like you fight, you physically fight at the counselor's office. Like you're about to go to get marriage counseling and y'all just start fighting right there, like fighting, moving some furniture around. It's just like, no, who fights at the wedding venue? But like I said, don't turn nobody into Bridezilla and you won't have to worry about this shit. If I were Mike and I were Mel, I would have just left her alone. We could have talked about that shit later. Like, she wanted to show y'all the venue. And like I said, we're filming. We're filming. I'm at work, bitches. So, yeah, leave me alone. Just shake your head. Do you eat shit sandwiches? That's all. That's all you have to do. Yes. That's just every time. Cynthia, just start do a dress rehearsal. Whenever I say anything, you're gonna do what? Just say motherfucking yes, honey. Shut up. You see, Nene had Greg under control. Yeah, Nene, anything you say, Nene, yeah. Oh, That one time Greg popped off, and I'm sure Nene lit his ass up when them cameras went on one time. Yes. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next time on the Mario Ramon review. Peace. Happy Sunday.